Welcome to Elementary Summer Reading Color Our World for July 1st, 2025, Part 2. Monet's Cat by Lily Murray and Becky Cameron. Monet was a famous painter with a magic cat. Her name was Chica. She was made of delicate pottery and lay on a cushion, cool and still, until Monet tapped her 3 times with his paintbrush. Then Chica came alive. She yawned and stretched and opened her eyes. Time for an adventure, but it was too wet to go outside. So she set off down the corridor. "Chica," called Monet, "where are you off to?" "Are you getting up to mischief again?" But Chica wasn't under the table or on the chair. Where could she be? Then Monet spotted her. Inside his painting. "Chica," said Monet, "come out of there." But Chica wasn't listening. "Oh dear," Monet sighed. "Here we go." Monet stood in the sunshine, breathing in the rich scent of summer flowers. "I remember painting this," he said. "We'd all had a delicious lunch. And there's John, my son, playing with his blocks of wood. But where is Chica?" Chica crept out from under the tablecloth and leapt onto the table. She lapped milk from a teacup. She nibbled on a piece of crusty bread. "Hey," yelled Jean, "a naughty cat is eating our lunch." "Don't worry, I'll catch her." But Chica was too fast for him. "Wait, Chica," said Monet, but Chica was already leaping out of the picture. And Monet came tumbling after. "Oh no, not again," Monet sighed. He was too late. Chica was on to the next painting. Monet jumped in after her and landed with a bump. Around him, people ran this way and that. "Where am I?" Monet wondered for a moment. Then, hearing a deafening choo-choo, he knew. The station at Saint-Lazare. The thrill of the engines, the clanking metal, the rushing feet. He was surrounded by steam and smoke, billowing up towards the great arched roof. But where is Chica? She was dancing between clouds of steam. Monet raced after her, puffing and panting, weaving in and out of busy crowds. "Stop that cat!" called the station master, blowing his whistle. Then Monet saw her, on a train. "Get down, Chica! You don't even have a ticket!" Where will she go next? "The seaside," said Monet, sitting for a moment to catch his breath. Flags fluttered, parasols twirled, and clouds raced across the sky, and Monet began to smile. There was something about the seaside that always made him feel holiday-ish. Chica's tail twitched with excitement. She prowled. She pounced. "Chica, come back," called Monet. "Got you." They shared an ice cream on the sand. "I don't want our adventure to end quite yet," said Monet. "Let's visit one more painting." "This," said Monet, "is one of my favorite places in the world. I could paint the lily pond forever. The water, the flowers, the green-blue leaves. It's so peaceful." But Chica had spotted something. Monet looked down just as she landed with a tremendous splash, right in the middle of the lily pond. "Yow!" cried Chica. "Oh, Chica," Monet chuckled, scooping her up. "Let's go home." Monet looked back at his paintings. They were in a terrible mess. As for Chica, she put up her tail in the air and padded back to her favorite spot. Monet found her curled up in a sunbeam, her eyes closed. "I think you've made enough mischief for one day," said Monet, and he tapped her 3 times with his paintbrush. At once, Chica became very cool and still. Outside, the sun was beginning to set across the sky. What beautiful light! Monet picked up his paints. "Sweet dreams, Chica," he whispered. "Until next time." The end. Okay, we're going to paint a rainbow keepsake box. Your Craft to Go kit includes a rainbow keepsake box and some glitter. Put the glitter aside. It's going to go everywhere, so just be in a place that can get a bit messy. And then you're going to need some paints. I have rainbow colored paints here and a paintbrush. And then I also have a cup of water and some paper towels to wipe my brush off on in between colors. Now, I wanted to get cats like the one in the story, but they didn't have cats, so I figured rainbow went with Color Our World. So first thing you do is open up the keepsake box. Oh, be very careful. It is ceramic. I'm gonna throw this away. And then we're gonna paint the box. Now you can paint the whole thing. You can just paint the rainbow part. I think I'm just gonna paint the rainbow part. Just remember, if you paint the rim here or the inside, you're gonna wanna keep the lid off just because it might dry together. Okay, so there's not enough. Now, I am not the best at painting in the lines, so yours might end up looking much better than mine, but I'm gonna do my best. And I've already used too much paint. That's okay, we'll balance it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint this box, and then we'll come back and we'll sprinkle on the glitter. We don't need glue because the glitter will stick to the paint. So I'll be back. I finished my rainbow. I'm just going to take a pinch of glitter. I gave you way more than you need. And I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top. And then when it dries, it should stick. And you can use the rest of the glitter for another project. So I still have all that left. And that's all there is to it. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Mine is definitely not perfect, but I think it looks fun.